Hi everybody, it's Kenda with Finn Real Estate Group, and this week is Thanksgiving week here in Cabo. I wanted to just do a quick video to kind of let you know that if you're planning on coming to Cabo for vacation Thanksgiving week, you might have a little time off and you think it's maybe a great time to get away. Thanksgiving in Cabo is beautiful. It is still nice and warm outside. In the 80s, so upper 80s, so it's nice and warm. You can bring your bathing suit and your shorts. But what will the holiday meal be like? Well, Cabo traditionally does not have Thanksgiving as a holiday. Mexican holidays are very different than the United States and Canadian holidays, and Thanksgiving is no exception. So it is not typically celebrated in Mexico. When I first started coming here and first bought my house here 10 and a half years ago, I was always surprised that there were no Thanksgiving celebrations. I've really watched things evolve over the past 10 years, and within the last 2 or 3 years specifically, I'm seeing more and more items that would be considered part of a traditional United States or Canadian Thanksgiving meal becoming available here in Cabo. They are not cheap. They are not cheap. They are at a premium price because they're imported and they're so scarce in their availability. But you will see now in grocery stores a small section that will have a few turkeys. You'll see other stores that offer things that are like what you would want for your traditional meal. So this year, I'm going to try to cover the brand so I don't get in trouble, but I found like pumpkin spice for my coffee. I found this at California Ranch Market. Not cheap, but it was worth kind of splurging on because pumpkin spice coffee really kind of gives you that holiday feel. I also was able to find some Thanksgiving turkey, which normally I make my own turkey when I cook gravy when I cook a big turkey, but I'm not cooking a giant turkey this year, so it's just us. So I'm just gonna make this little turkey that I got at Kirkland's it's a turkey breast that I got at Costco. So I'm gonna be making that. And in past years, it's even been difficult to find green beans. So I did find some canned green beans this year. And I actually was really lucky that I found some cream and mushroom soup. So I'm super excited to be able to make green bean casserole. I like it the old-fashioned way with canned green beans and green bean casserole and a little bit of cheese thrown in there. So I still have not been able to find the French's fried onions that you put on top. They are not available here yet, but I hope in the next couple of years that they will be. I also this year have been able to find pumpkin pie mix, and actually I saw this last year too. So there you can find your pumpkin pie mix, and I had a pretty easy time finding my evaporated milk for my pumpkin pie mix recipe. So that's if you cook at home. Just keep in mind, it's still warm here, so you want to make sure that you time your oven time strategically. You don't want to be cooking in your oven in the heat of the day. And other things like dressings and rolls and mashed potatoes, those things are available here. They're going to be a little bit different, but you can do a nice meal if you cook. If you decide to go out to dinner for Thanksgiving, and this applies for the Canadian Thanksgiving as well, which we already passed, but they do offer Canadian Thanksgivings in the restaurants here as well. You can expect to get parts of the staple meal. You can expect to have some sort of turkey. It's going to be flavored very differently with different spices. You can expect to get some sort of potato. It may not be like whipped mashed potatoes. The potatoes are a little bit different here. They're softer and they aren't as starchy, so they don't whip up like they do in the United States. They're a little bit more runny. They're delicious. I like them much better, but they're just different. You're gonna have, more fresh vegetables than just the stuffing and, my canned green bean casserole mix. The pies are going to taste differently. You might get a pumpkin dessert, but it's going to be different. Like last year I had an actual pumpkin that they wrapped in, like a small pumpkin that they had wrapped in some sort of dough or crust and baked it, and it was like not good. Just gonna be honest, it was not good. So I really prefer to eat at home because I have in my mind exactly what I think this meal is supposed to taste like. And most of the time in the restaurants it's different. But if you are open for an adventure and you don't mind trying a Mexican variety of the traditional Thanksgiving meal, then give it a try. You probably need to make reservations. Usually they have a prepared menu, and you get usually family style Thanksgiving meal. So a few restaurants here do it really well. Habanero does a nice Thanksgiving meal. I've been there a few times with my friends for Thanksgiving, but you do need to make reservations ahead of time. So I hope that kind of answers a little bit of your questions about what Thanksgiving is like in Cabo. Come give it a try. It is different. Have an open mind and be prepared to spend a lot of money on things like this, but it's worth it. It happens once a year, and it's such a special time of year. And most importantly, you're going to have a lot of people around you who are also grateful and just happy to be in such a beautiful place. So happy holidays to you, and hopefully I'll see you around.